What is going on, my friend, and welcome to this training all about how you can hit 10 to 20K cash months and beyond in the next 30 days as an online men's coach. And this is without needing to spend every waking hour in the DMs. This is without needing to have back-to-back calls booked in the calendar every waking moment. And this is without needing paid traffic or without a large online following. Okay, so my name is Matt, Matt Conway. So Conway Sales Consulting. Here's a screenshot here for some backing and proof to my claims. A little bit of context on me. I've been in sales and marketing for 7+ years at this point. I've worked with some of the biggest names in both sales and direct response marketing, people you would have heard of, people like Jordan Belfort. Right? I've been the top salesperson at Google Cloud in Dublin, and same thing goes for Google Ads, right? So I was a salesperson for Google Ads, bringing in deals ranging from 50K all the way up to $1 million. Okay, so right, who is this training for? Because obviously anybody in the online coaching space wants more clients, they want more sales calls, they want to increase their price points, etc. Now, this training and my coaching, my message isn't for everybody. Okay, so this is only for men's coaches. Okay, specifically people in the masculinity space. So if you help people get shredded for summer, or if you have a B2B offer, if you help people make money online, this isn't for you. Okay, so this is really for people that have lived the hero's journey. Okay, so those issues, be it mindset, be it their dating and their relationships, be it their marriage, their relationship with their kids, right? You help men overcome challenges in those spaces, right? And you've lived this experience yourself. And as a result, this is really a calling. So you're really mission focused. Okay, and as a result, you're highly motivated, right? You've probably been in this space for a while, so you've seen a lot of videos like this. You've seen a lot of screenshots of Stripe accounts, and you've seen a lot of big claims, okay? And you've tried a lot of different things, right? And right now you're hustling, right? You're hustling, doing all this different stuff, trying to get more calls in the calendar, because you know that the more people you get to pitch, right, the more people you get to close, the more people you get to serve. At this point, you have had wins. Your offer has been validated. You've probably done 5K, right? You've probably come close to 10K, right? But there's a problem. You've been in this space for a while, and you're starting to become frustrated because there's no real consistency in your business. You know that calls are going to be essential, but you just can't seem to get enough. Okay, you can't seem to get enough to really scale your business and take a sigh of relief, because at the moment you're spinning your wheels, doing everything you can, desperately trying to get calls in the calendar, right? And then often when you do speak to a client, to a prospect, I should say, that seems like they really want to do it, right? That's often what they tell you. They want to do it, but they just don't have the finances. Okay, so my friend, all of this stuff that I've just laid out, right? These issues, these pain points from my experience in this space, I've seen it pretty much all comes down to one fatal flaw that you're going to see now in a moment. And I can almost guarantee you haven't seen any other marketing guru talk about this, because this is a secret they kind of keep from you. I don't mean to make it into a conspiracy or something, but it kind of is. Okay, so at the moment you find yourself saying, if only I got more calls, right? If only I had more calls booked in the calendar. But what you're about to see is that with this one fatal flaw that I just mentioned, all the calls in the world pretty much wouldn't make a difference. Okay, so right, we've come through here. So regarding stress and overwhelm, one really important point here is, my friend, you are the engine of your business. Okay, so if you stop working, the business stops working, right? All the strategies aside, right? You are the thing that moves things forward. You are the engine of the ship and the captain of the ship. Okay, so it's really, really important that we keep you solid. Right? What you're about to see, that one fatal flaw that I just mentioned, it ensures that either the average coach just can never scale and they constantly stay stuck floating around 0 to 5 or 7K, or they almost get over 10 and they get crushed with burnout. Okay, now just jumping right down into it, the reason why is that there's one single verifiable fact that none of the online coaching gurus, that none of the marketing gurus tell you, and that's that the average closing rate is 10 to 15% in this industry. So online coaching. Okay, now you can pause this video right now and go ahead and Google that if you wish, but just take a moment to think about it. Okay, so if you want 10 clients a month, right, a little bit of mental math, and you have a 10% closing rate, that would obviously mean you need to pitch 100 people. Okay, so most people don't pause and consider the implications of this. Okay, so if you have a 3K offer, yes, it's only 4 to 5 sales a month to do 10K. Okay, that depends on the cash collected. Okay, now an AFC, what's an AFC? That's the average frustrated coach. So this is what most people become, right? They start off with all this newbie optimism at the start, but after a while, right, they're in this situation, right? Maybe they're trying to do 20K, or maybe, maybe you're trying to do less, right? Maybe you're trying to do 10K right now, but we can just half these numbers. So say you're trying to do 20K cash in your business, right? Well, with your 3K offer, that would be 8 to 10 people sold a month for 20K, right? So 8 to 10 doesn't sound like a lot, but then if you factor in the closing rate, okay, that's 80 to 100 people. And we can just divide that by 2 if you're trying to hit 10, okay? But pitching 40 people a month, right? That is tough, okay? That is seriously tough. And on top of that, not everybody that you get on a call should even be pitched, right? So it's not just 80 people or 40 people. Really, we're talking about 120 calls that you would need to get booked into the calendar every single month to end up pitching this number and walk away with your desired number of clients every month. Okay, so this is what the average frustrated coach faces. Now, they're kind of blind to the situation. They don't really, as I said, they haven't taken the time to consider this, but they have this 10% closing rate. And if they need 4 to 5 new clients every month to do 10K, that means they need to pitch 40 to 50 people. That's 80 calls a month. Okay, so it's no wonder that most coaches end up in this situation of feeling like, if only I had more calls, right? If only I had more followers, right? I just need more calls, bro. I'm good at sales. It's just the lead gen where I'm stuck. If you have this 10 or even a 20% closing rate, right, your success is just hamstringed. Okay, now at the start of this process, most people, right, they're in this, not to say stupid, right, but it's the Dunning-Kruger effect. At the start, they have uninformed optimism. They don't understand what we've just laid out here. So they think like, oh, I just get on some calls, close some people. If I had more followers, that would be great. I just need more calls. But as this goes on and on and on, you're desperately trying to get more calls. You enter this valley of despair, okay? And my friend, you will stay in that valley of despair if you stay in this situation, right? If you stick with a 10% or even a 20% closing rate, my friend, you're going to be in that valley of despair for a very long time, okay? So the problem here isn't marketing, right? The analogy I gave to somebody about this recently was that you can't outtrain a bad diet and you can't outmarket bad sales, okay? So again, coming to here, marketing isn't about sales, right? Marketing is about capturing attention and turning that attention into leads. Okay, so you could have the best marketing in the world, but if you're struggling with that 10% closing rate, you've shot yourself in the foot. Okay, no amount of marketing is going to make up for it. It's just running around with a leaky bucket. Okay, so in order to really scale, my friend, like that needs to be fixed. Okay, so consider the difference here. Like, who would you rather be? The average frustrated coach on the left here with their 10% closing rate, trying to do 20K months? Oh, no problem. 120, 160, maybe 200 calls a month as a one-man team. That's impossible, okay? It just is. Or on the other side, 3K offer with a 70% closing rate, you need to pitch just 12 people a month to come away with your 8 clients, okay? And if we're talking about hitting your first 10K month, it would be 6, right? Just pitch 6 people in a month to walk away with 4 new clients, okay? So the issue here, my friend, is all about the closing rate. Okay, so who is it you want to be? Do you want to be that stressed out AFC on the hamster wheel, desperately trying to get enough calls to make up for the shitty closing rate? Or do you want to be the strategist who has solved the problem at the level which it exists? Okay, instead of trying to make up for the problem upstream with marketing, he solves it at its source, at its core. Okay, now obviously you still need calls booked in the calendar, but if you had even just 3 to 5 calls booked in the calendar per week, you'd be able to scale your business rapidly. Okay, and this is what happens. Okay, so these aren't just my claims, these aren't just my results here. If we click into this tab here, you'll see screenshots of client wins like this. You'll see client testimonials. I encourage you, go to the link in my Instagram, click the link in my bio, and you're going to come through to a page like this, and you're going to be able to see all of these client testimonials and case studies and wins. Okay, now what we've touched on here is specifically about the closing rate. Okay, so obviously it goes without saying that even if you had 100% closing rate, if you're not getting calls booked in the calendar, you can't grow your business. Okay, so you still need calls booked in the calendar, and we cover that when we work with clients, right? We cover both sides of this, but it really starts with fixing the issue with the closing rate, because yeah, again, who would you rather be here? The guy on the left or the guy on the right? Okay, we can make this happen very, very easily, but honestly, if I had a 10% closing rate, right, I wouldn't be able to get 160 calls a month. Right? I wouldn't want to, but I wouldn't be able to either. Okay, so again, these aren't just my claims, okay? But the solution here, my friend, is fixing the problem at its source and getting your closing rate up to 70%, okay? And then if you book just 3 to 5 calls a week, that should be a week, that's a mistake. But if you book 3 to 5 calls a week, you'd actually hit 15K, okay? So how do we do this, right? How do we achieve a 70% closing rate? We'll cover this in a separate training, but it's all about certainty and the process that clients of mine, clients like Gene, clients like Ares, clients like Ben, clients like Emiliano, like Nathan, like Matt, like Leo here, right? They use a system that I teach called the Segit system. Okay, really, really powerful. Again, link in my bio. You're going to see more trainings all about that process, how to build that 10 out of 10 red hot certainty and close high ticket cash collected on the call. Okay. Further, we'd use these finance filtering methods. So you're only pitching to people who you know have the money. And then on top of all of the sales stuff, we'd be implementing the seductive marketing methods to pull in your ideal clients and get them hot and ready to buy before they're even on the call. Okay. And when you do all this, my friends, scaling to even 20K and beyond can be done with just a handful of calls every month. So my friend, if all of this makes sense, right, get on a call with me. Okay. So currently I'm still at the moment taking these calls myself. I am a sales coach and a marketing coach. So I believe it's valuable to take the calls myself, but jump on a call with me. The link that you'll be able to get access to, it's not for a strategy session. It's not for a sales call. It's just for a coffee chat. Okay. To see if we're talking each other's language and we can start to get a feeling for where you are, where it is you're looking to go, and to see if these solutions can be the bridge for you to get there. Okay, my friends. So jump on that call. Again, it's a coffee chat, 15, 30 minutes. It's informal. Bring your coffee or bring your tea and we'll strategize about this. Best case scenario is we work together for 3 months and we end up working together for many, many years. Okay. Worst case scenario is you get this full strategy. Okay. You get the full strategy here that worked for Nathan, that worked for Matt, that worked for Gene, right? That brought Ares here from 0 to 8K months in 30 days. That brought Gene from 0 to 20K. Okay. That took Ben out of his crappy 9 to 5. Okay. These guys, again, all men's coaches. Here's more proof. And some of these are, I actually have to update them. I'm in the process of doing that today. And yeah, I actually have a whole bunch and then another tab here. But my friend, yeah, with all that being said, jump on a call, right? We can chat about this. 15-minute coffee chat. We'll see where you are and see if these solutions are a good fit for you. And we'll start to strategize on how to tailor these very steps to your offer, okay, to your niche, to your market. As I said, best case scenario, we end up working together. Worst case scenario, you get the whole battle plan for free, okay? So the call is free. So there's nothing to risk, nothing to lose. Yeah, click the link and I'll see you on that call. Peace.